Save the purple crayon for daddy.
Close and hold.
Motherfucker. I like that.
I'm sneeching my dough. Stinky piggy.
So I'm going to get a loop of that for the next Firestar show. When they intro you guys, that's what you guys come out to.
Stinky Pinky.
Stinky Pinky. The whole.
Just John Witherspoon screaming Stinky Pinky. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
uh,
They only do that at Wrestle Revival, though. They only give us music at Wrestle Revival. Those
Okay.
are the big shows. Yeah.
Do you ever like put an AirPod in and just kind of like walk out to your own music?
No, I sit at the desk very nonchalantly and chill after I've talked to all the wrestlers.
Nice. I just realized that
I'm still very much like a nervous introvert, even though I wear an extrovert skin.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm constantly worried that I'm bothering people in that setting. But
If I could though, real quick.
Yeah.
I just wanna, we never do this, but we should. It's not a wrestling podcast, but who cares? Wrestle Revival is at the point in Jamestown, North Carolina, on the 24th of August. So that's exciting. There's Jewels of Wrestling is June the 14th, and that's going to be at Boxcar.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of Boxcar, there's going to be Slam Fest 3, but by this time, you will have missed it, and that sucks. I probably should have done it in the podcast for How High.
You'll also have missed Jewels of Wrestling, which I'm excited is back.
Would they have missed Jewels? Oh, yeah, because we're in the future in the past.
Yeah.
Damn, that's super hardcore to remember.
Hey, it's on YouTube now. I guarantee you it's on YouTube now.
You know what? Yep. So go to Firestar Pro Wrestling, FSPW Network, YouTube.com.
Yeah.
And check these things out. You can hear your boy. You can hear my other homie, Thailand, the GOAT.
Yeah.
So whatever. Just really quick, some shameless plugs for Firestar. Because we're not sponsored by them. We're sponsored by Lux Bidet, but we could be sponsored by Firestar. Player cards, right? I would talk about anything to avoid talking about this movie.
Let's we're really gonna need a nice bidet session after this, so let's get the Lux read going, and then we'll hop right into Master of Disguise. It's gonna be
Dano. Let me tell you about our good friends, our great friends at Lux Bidets. Lux Bidets are the superior seats of comfort for all your gastrointestinal needs. The perfect geographical location for your keister. These bad boys are stylish. These bad boys are sleek, and more importantly, these bad boys are effective. Like the Neo 320, Dano. The Neo 320. With its advanced 360 self-clean, it's the only bidet. The only one. With a self-cleaning feature that rinses both the guard gate and the nozzles, Dano. Nozzles, Dano. As in plural. That's right, plural. Dual washing. So you can experience the absolute pinnacle of one clean-ass wash. And look, guys, we expect nothing less from our good friends at Lux Bidets. And right now, if you want to try the easiest bidet to install, on average 78% faster than the bidets all those other companies want you to overpay for, then you can use the code Bidet Boys to save 15% off of these amazing machines. What do you have to lose? So come on, guys. Let's wash our ass together. And let's do it with Lux Bidet.
with Lux Bidet. I'm going to make a statement here.
Let's do it.
The person that everybody involved in the movie had an itchy, stinky ass. That's why this movie was made, is because they didn't have proper anal hygiene.
I have a theory. I believe that the Illuminati made this movie to see if they could make this movie as obvious as possible, and if people would just shrug their shoulders and just kind of move along.
Yeah,
and we did.
I see. I've
not us. We watched this piece of shit.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
I saw this movie as a kid. I loved it, quoted it, thought it was a fun movie. Kind of why I picked it. I didn't realize how bad it was, but like everybody I've talked to about this leading up to it, it's like, oh, that's a great movie. I was like, no, it's not. Like, this is bad. This we were just
Terrible.
talking. Do you, on a scale of 1 to Paul Blart, is this worse?
This you found it.
Yeah,
You found it.
yeah.
It didn't take very long. Like I thought. Yeah, no. This first round TKO. Like
Yeah, I
Paul
didn't even.
Blart came out like looking like ass. This all this and the movie. First round.
Yeah,
Jorge Masvidal need him like right in the face. 2 seconds, he's out.
yeah, yeah.
It was
I-
bad.
It wasn't my intention, so it was kind of a shock to me when I watched it. For Dana Carvey doing an insufferable Italian accent the entire movie, to the dumb humor, just like this is a movie that was told by a bunch of itchy buttholed men. Like,
Yeah,
it's
essentially yes. It's itchy butthole men. Or I didn't. I must have missed the Dana Carvey train because I didn't know. I'm not an SNL guy.
mm,
I think I got into SNL when the guy who now hosts one of the talk shows did the late night thing with Amy Poehler.
yeah,
Yeah, like so that's the first time I ever like watched SNL a day in my life, and then figured out that they birthed all these great writers and comedians, things like this. But
yeah,
I missed the Dana Carvey era, and in hindsight, I'm pretty glad about that. His George Bush is mean. He's got a mean George Bush. I like that, but
yeah.
everything else, I didn't understand what he's doing.
And I think he kind of maybe like gets away from this, but he's also Wayne's World. Like,
Yeah, he's Garth. He played
Yeah.
Garth.
so I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Oh, I think it was probably a little before my time, so I didn't give it the chance that
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
right. I'm going to read this storyline kind of synopsis. It's from somebody named Anthony Perea, and he put his Yahoo email in here as well. If you wanted to reach out and let him know how you thought. A sweet-natured Italian waiter named Pistachio Disguisi. His father, Fabrizio's restaurant, who happens to be a member of a family with supernatural skills of disguise. This intro is almost as bad as the movie. But moments later, the patriarch of the Disguisi family is kidnapped. Fabrizio's former archenemy, Devlin Bowman, is a criminal mastermind in an attempt to steal the world's most precious treasures from around the world. And it's up to Pistachio to track down Bowman and to save his family before Bowman kills them. That was tough to read. That was tough.
But
It is.
you should just we should email him
Yeah.
and timestamp the time on the YouTube channel or video for whatever moment that you reading that was.
Yeah.
So like the complaint that we have, put it now.
Yeah.
So
So
it's hard to read. I don't know that I understand it any more than I did before, except a little bit. But yeah.
So just a fun dumb fact. So this movie, I don't know how the systems like rating systems work in the UK, but apparently to avoid a 12A rating, I don't know what that like equivalates with here, but they removed a series of headbutts. So in all, it took about 7 seconds out of the movie. Out of all the things that they could remove, the ass jokes, the fart jokes, they're like, no, we'll take the headbutts out.
We'll take it all except the violent headbutts.
Ugh. This movie.
Well, that makes sense then. So I think his name is Zinedine Zidane. I know his last name is definitely Zidane. He's a soccer player. When he headbutted that dude, it was such a big deal. So maybe it's because they just have no point of reference for seeing shit like that on the daily. So it was just like an actual jarring thing.
Yeah. On Rotten Tomatoes, this film has an average approval rating of 1% based on 104 reviews. So 104 people like this. And 1%, which I don't know the math of that, but it's got to be low.
1.04.
Okay, so not even 2 people like this movie out of 104.
Wait, hold on. 1%, because 10% of 100 is 10. 1.04% of people. So barely one person liked this movie. Did you see that before or after you watched it?
Well, I think I saw it like midway through, and I messaged you, and I was like,
Okay, you did, because
Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was before. Okay, so it was in the middle. I didn't see it until after.
yeah,
So I don't like to look it up. I do now because I'm trying to make sure that they have like they fit what we're doing here.
yeah,
But the that was one when you pick one, I just watch it
yeah,
and then I'll look it up afterwards to see if it like confirms or what I'm thinking or not.
yeah.
So that was one that really made me.
Yeah, it kind of made me mad too at myself because we had some other good options. At the 2002 Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, this film was nominated for Worst Picture, Worst Actor, and Worst Male Fake Accent. It's a bad movie.
It's the worst movie.
So with that being said, let's just hop right into it, and let's get this over with.
Well, congratulations, you did do it. You found something that was worse
Yeah.
than Paul Blart.
Yeah, I washed that taste out of your mouth, and for that, you
Oh yeah, you sure did. Now it's just all this shit on it. Just terrible.
yeah, it's a real bad movie, and I don't think this made me laugh at all. And I don't know if there's any part of this movie that I actually enjoyed.
You know, it's so bad that even the clips, like, are the sound is
Yeah.
bad.
For
Like
some
it's
reason,
it's
yeah,
and it's not even us. It's just the clips.
yeah,
It's all of it. Like the movie's bad. Us trying to talk to you about the movie hopefully is not bad,
Oh,
but
it'll
could be bad.
yeah, it could
These
be.
clips are gonna be bad. Like I don't even know why we clipped anything. There's nothing worth clipping in this shit, and you know that.
I think that this is more so to back up our thoughts on the movie and just be like, hey, this is actually as bad as we're saying it is. And with that said, let's just play the. He's gonna read it. Never mind.
Centuries ago, a remarkable family began to practice the magical art of disguise. Down through the ages, they worked in secret, protecting the world from evil. This is their story.
So that's the premise of this.
Yeah, that first of all, that looked like Star Wars, and the second is this is their story. Just immediately remind me of Law and Order.
Yeah. The names and something have been changed for the whatever.
Yeah. Names and dates.
Yeah. So this movie, when you up to this point, are you like, okay, maybe, or is it automatically just like this is fucking dumb?
I'm already kind of like on the fence, and really not even like on the fence is being kind. I have my hand on the fence.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty much almost trying to drift away at this point. Like so I read it and I'm like, okay, this is something about a disguise, but there's like, I call it ye oldie music, like just this old time music playing. And the dude's name is Pistachio because it's a capital P. So like, that's the real thing.
Yeah. It's
so I was already kind of like, what is going on? So that's why I'm saying like I was touching the fence because I was already like, I'm gonna get lost in this. Or I'm the guy who thought that Nicolas Cage did everything for a sponge. Like I'm gonna get lost in this for sure. Yeah. And then little did I know, like there's nothing to get lost in. Like there's no plot to this movie. There's no point.
Yeah. There's no point.
It's just a giant skit.
Yeah, it is an SNL skit that it's like they got trapped in an SNL skit, and like this is like 3 years in, and they finally like, okay, let's.
No, not they. We all, got trapped in an SNL skit if you watch this movie.
Oh, but yeah, it's so this movie is offensive to different people, but we'll talk about one that's clearly offensive, but one that maybe gets overlooked is the whole country of Italy. They just took a big old shit on all of their culture, everything. And it's not even, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny or what, but we'll hear him talk. That'd be the best.
This is great. I like this. Like, this is straight Christ the Redeemer.
Idiot.
Like,
and this being Bo Derek, that is how we got to this movie.
I didn't like that part.
Yeah. A lot of masks popping off. It's a little icky.
Terrible CGI.
Yeah.
It's just really bad. Well, this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't like watch movies in reverse typically.
Yeah.
Because like if you go too far back, like it will be hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's either I can go and watch the black and white movies from back, like way back when, or we go with something new.
Yeah. But if they did this today, I was mentioning on the last episode, like the CGI would be good. They would make this almost even worse in a way.
I feel like the mask transitions could be made if you just okay. So this movie had nothing to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's worse than Paul Blart. Paul Blart had the lady at the end and the 20 minutes of plot. There's no plot here. There's nothing to hold on to.
There's nothing to look forward to.
There's one thing. It involves this woman, and I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that made me go, ha, for 5 seconds. Like,
Naturally, Pistachio wanted to find a girl just like Mama.
Something about her reminds me of my mom.
hell yeah, though.
Yeah, this movie is like
Play the Stone Cold. play it for the
Give me a hell yeah!
hell yeah.
so this movie is just one big ass joke in every possible way. Like they're just like, nah, man, you know what's in right now? Ass jokes, big asses, tiny asses, stinky asses. We're just gonna do it all. Like
this
literally,
movie, if it wasn't such a piece of shit, and honestly, the fact that it is a piece of shit, it may qualify that it should be sponsored by Lux Bidet.
it should be. It definitely should
Lux
be.
Bidet would have cleaned all those asses up.
Lux Bidet should have been doing punch up on this script because they would have.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This feels
Lux
like
Bidet should do a lot of punch ups on all of the a lot of movies that we've reviewed here.
I would like to take this moment to just say, hey, Clean Keister, fuck you. You're still on the fucking list. Like, just go fuck yourself, Clean Keister. Oh, we're supposed to not cuss. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I've cussed. I've given up.
Okay, we're trying. We're trying.
I'm flying off the handle.
I forgot we were trying until right this second. But what were we talking about?
To quote Kitty Foreman, I'm flying off the handle.
But yeah, it looks like somebody punched up this movie and they were like, we need more ass jokes.
Yeah.
That looks like instead of somebody saying like, oh, this is good, they're like, nah, this needs more. And it feels
more
like
offensive Italian shit.
Yeah, it was just fueled by like probably caffeine and cocaine and like bad midlife crises, and that's how this movie came about. And we're about to meet Dana Carvey, who I never want to see him again after this movie. Like ever.
Did we? But that's what I was. Did we ever see him again after this movie? I don't remember him being in anything else.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll look it up. He definitely is. He's not as
like honestly. I and first of all, as always, goated work, goated Photoshop graphic work as always. But
thank you.
Like, I gotta tell you the truth, man. I don't think you and I think you're doing us a disservice to make us stand next to that dude.
I agree. And in second thought, I apologize. But so this is his run after this movie. So he does The Master of Disguise, and then he does Jack and Jill, which a lot of people say is like fucking awful.
That's the Adam Sandler movie you want to do so bad, right?
It's not that I want to do it, but like I think we should. He plays his sister, and it's this. He was then in Hotel Transylvania 2. They didn't have him in one.
Is that qualified?
I don't know. He was in the. It might be good. He was in the Secret Life of Pets, and then he played himself in a movie called Sandy Wexler, and that is The Secret Life of Pets 2 was the last thing he was in. So he's done like 5 things since this movie. So this might have been his career, and most of them were animated. So I feel like a lot of people were like, "Nah, I don't ever want to fucking see this dude's face again."
Yeah, that's saying a lot because Nick Swartzen had Hellboy, Nikki something or Nikki Buck something, Born a Child Star,
Yeah.
something like that. And a whole bunch of Bucky Larson, that's what it was, and just like a whole bunch of stinkers, pretty much all in a row.
Yeah,
and he still gets work and got work. So like, what does it say about this man that he can't find any work after this stinker?
I think the stinker will have to speak for itself. But we're about to meet his character, and this kid, by the way, Dylan and Cody, or the Sweet Life of
Dylan
Cody.
Sprouse.
Why don't you get away from me, donkey? What you talk about? Get away from you? I'm making waffles.
So this movie, so early on, is resorting to quoting other movies.
Right.
They're like, "Hey, we need more content. What if we fucking copy Shrek?"
Yeah, it's just lazy. Do you remember Paul? I thought about Paul Blart a lot throughout this movie, just because they're both the worst.
It's like when you think about how good you had it with your ex when you got your new shitty boyfriend.
Just while I'm in the throes of love, I'm just picturing her.
At least he pulled my chair out for me.
Oh shit, she's nice. She got a nice personality. Anyway, the kid that in the very beginning scene, like just like this, it's set up just the same way almost. Like there was a kid and there's the main character, just like there was Paul Blart and there was the woman who had the kid. So main character kid. He slapped shit out of that dude. And I thought it was great. Sorry, grandma. But I thought it was great. But like if you would have just made that kid slap Dana Carvey, like he might have my attention. But him just walking up and doing a half-assed impression of Shrek is just like kind of like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Not that I could do a better one.
I can maybe
do it.
Get out of my that was so bad. Get out of my swamp, donkey.
It's not as bad. It's bad. It is bad. Everybody's is bad.
Yeah.
Mike Myers is probably the only one that can just do it.
Yeah. Hey. I think I took out the scene of him at the restaurant. So we haven't heard him talk naturally yet. So
Get in the car, huh?
this is his dad.
Oh, my little cannoli, you make my pistachio berry.
I love the slapping.
Yeah.
And my name is Pistachio. And Mama's cannoli is here.
So this is our first like impression of how he sounds, and it's just like the haircut. It's just so fucking dumb.
You are my sister.
You don't your grandfather.
Did you know that I needed this help?
That answer and more will be revealed shortly. But for now, let me in. I hunger.
I kind of liked him saying that. I hunger.
This has almost Mary Poppins feel to it, like kind of an old school Disney movie.
It's just,
I don't know why.
It's like I don't
know what it's doing.
Yeah, there is a joke here that like he sees this person and he thinks that it's his sister.
Right.
Like that's a legitimate joke that like
got through.
What the fuck?
They wrote it down.
Yeah.
I just can't all of this is most likely written down.
Yeah.
It goes through punch-up writers who say fuck all.
No, they're saying we need more dick jokes or we need more ass jokes or what if you farted 4 times in a row?
Oh no, I have a count on that. It's not.
Yeah,
Throughout the whole movie, it was 9 total times.
and we'll find out about that very soon.
There's no mama, no papa, just ransackery.
Did you ask Jeeves?
Yes, but no such luck.
So nostalgia a little bit with Ask Jeeves. For those who don't know, would you like to
No,
share?
I genuinely thought the Ask Jeeves was going to be Google.
You thought that they were just going to say Google it?
I thought they were going to say Ask Jeeves, like for the rest of my life. The way they say Google it now, I thought they were just going to say, hey, Ask Jeeves this thing, or Ask Jeeves that thing, Ask Jeeves that. I thought Ask Jeeves was going to be what Google is now. I don't know how I feel like they started first. I don't know how they dropped the ball so much. But maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't start first.
It's still a website.
I honestly thought it was.
It's called ask.com. And
no more Jeeves.
You want to know something funny? So this is an article on their homepage. The 10 best documentaries of 2022 so far. That's on their homepage of ask.com. So they're not doing well. So yeah, Ask Jeeves, they just out here operating with 2-year-old information on their homepage. So they clearly did not come out on top here.
No.
So
unfortunately, Ask Jeeves is a thing of the past. I'm sad about that. I honestly thought that we were going to grow old asking Jeeves shit.
Yeah.
And you can't. He's not even there anymore. He doesn't even work there anymore. It's just Ask.
He probably got like Alzheimer's, and
I bet he got paid. Sold the company.
Yeah.
That's what I think. He sold Ask out. Like Ask bought him out.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Just something that I like to think of is that there are some people like. So have you ever like met somebody like, oh, he's got like his dad invented Wrangler jeans. He's got Wrangler money. Like, have you ever heard that?
Never heard.
You've never.
I mean, I've heard that somebody has old money, but never like whatever the money was, the source of the money.
Yeah, maybe it's something I just made up, but I just like the fact that like yeah, his grandpa, he's got Ask Jeeves money. Like there's these crazy things that people are mentioning. Yeah, like somebody's like, that's the scrub daddy right there. Heir to the scrub daddy.
Tape.
Yeah.
Cassette tape money. 8-track money. The boy got Daihatsu money. Like, other discontinued cars.
Yeah, he's got that hit clips money.
What did you say was going out? It's got that Foot Locker money. Like eventually that'll be a thing of the past because they're going out of business, I guess.
They're not. Well, kind of, but yeah, it was.
They're just they're transitioning online.
Yeah. Like we all should get up into the mainframe.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking for my grandfather.
We all need to be hacked somehow.
Not here.
I'm sorry.
It's me, you idiot!
Amazing. You sound just like grandfather.
Put the clamp on your pastry hole. Eyes.
But my papa just runs the restaurant.
This is what you are doing. This is what I want you to do. Not compare this book to anything else known to man.
Hey, it's a pop-up.
If a father and mother are missing, only a son who has become a master of disguise can save them without any direct help from the grandfather.
So a lot of things. This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. That was one of those things that I liked as a kid. Like that was fun. I enjoyed it as a child. So they didn't have to make that a stereotypical maid. They could have literally had that be anybody. That was a direct choice.
It had to be him. Could just had to be him in like a convincing wig.
Yeah. But no, they're just like, all right, if you could be anybody, who would you be? And they're like,
right,
something racist. And they're like, yeah. So
I would be something racist. Consuelo. Like
yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's
The Illuminati symbol on the book is pretty obvious.
yeah.
That was the first sign where I was like, oh well, that's interesting. What an interesting symbol, guys. But whatever, kept watching. Then Papa. That shit was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like the way he delivered that line really well.
Yeah.
There's little parts where I just am like, someone just, I guess, steered them very, very, very wrong.
Well, he wrote this. Dana Carvey did.
Right, but he has to have people. Nobody was around him. No one helped. It was all him.
I don't know. I have to believe that this was all him.
Gotta have help.
Because that way we can just put him in a nice little box and just it's done with. But if other people are helping him and they were like, well, what else are these people working on? Like, what other films have been tainted by this man's seed? And
Kevin James can now safely come out of the box. We have to make room. Because that's I guess that's another fat joke he can write. We have to make room for Carvey, so he has to leave.
Yeah, he's probably like licking his chops right now.
But before he goes, he needs to open a Hershey Kiss at like slow speed.
Oh, that sounds nice right now after this movie.
Yeah, I'm definitely eat some food. A little montage here.
That ends, there's all kinds of dumb bullshit, but it ends with him dressed as like a schoolgirl and then somebody thinking that he was actually a girl and giving him a rose. Which he fucking looked like Dana Carvey dressed up like a girl. Not that there's anything wrong with that if that's what he wants to do, but it wasn't executed very well.
Right. Yeah. That's really, we could obviously just clip. That wasn't executed very well. Clip. That wasn't executed very well. Clip. That wasn't executed very well. Like it really does come down to that though. It just isn't executed very well.
Slideshow of us just like pointing out all of the problematic things in this movie.
What do you want? I want you to drop your pizza apron, become a master of disguise once again, and help me obtain the world's rarest treasures.
You're a sick man, Bowman.
That's number one.
Fart humor is just like,
it's not even like
you're trying to make children laugh, literally. Like that is your target. And I'm not sure. What was this rated?
A PG.
Oh, this might be a kid's movie.
It kind of is a kid's movie, yeah. A little bit.
Well, that makes total sense. I didn't look at the rating, and now I'm thinking it through, and it's not meant for us.
Yeah.
No wonder we hate it. This is the most, oh my God, I figured it out. Was it 45 minutes? I figured it out. Guys, we can go home.
But Paul Blart also wasn't for us. It was a PG movie as well.
It was a kid's movie too?
I don't think it's a kid's movie. I think it's just like a white Christian male movie. Like anywhere from like 11 to 30 years old as a white Christian cis male. This is what who this movie is made for.
I think we might find out as we proceed with this podcast that the movies we don't like are intended for children. I think we may find that out very quickly.
What about Blade then?
Blade was not intended for children.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's slashing people up.
The question is not who I am. The question is who are you? I know who I am. I am Prince Lalejama from the Ringy-Dingy Heights near Bombay, Calcutta, and New Delhi, India.
It is time to test that.
What is it? Oh, that is a big reptile. Not a problem.
That's fucking really racist.
Yeah. That's their humor. Just we're gonna fart and we're gonna be racist and we're gonna do it for an hour, and I've forgotten Oh no, I didn't, because I kept that was my note most of the time. Was just like, there's an hour left in this movie.
Yeah,
There are 40 minutes left in this movie. There are 20 minutes left, all the way down. Like I'm counting down the time.
it's pretty bad, and there's not a lot of
I
stuff.
almost stopped. I thought if I did it, I'd be setting a bad precedent that we could just stop movies we didn't like.
We have to.
But honestly, I was telling Kate, I'm like, I'm gonna turn shit off.
Thanks for letting me borrow the Constitution.
Are you kidding? You're Michael Johnson, the fastest man alive.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Go!
Thanks, guys.
I love having a master of disguise do my bidding.
That's number 2, and we've got all of them. Just to let you know, we've got all.
Do we have all of them?
We have all of them.
Okay. Yeah, because I was keeping count. Like,
Yeah.
That was the only look. This movie was so shit. Sorry, Grandma. That all I could do was count farts and the time until it was over. And comment on shit as we went, like just dumb things I saw. Like, oh, that was really dumb. Yeah, oh, that was really dumb. Oh, hey, that was really dumb.
This is
It's
all.
not.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it, if you didn't see this movie, and I don't blame you, so I'm going to try to help. Every individual scene is a movie.
Yep.
Like he's just doing skits. So just like SNL is a series of skits, this movie is a series of skits. That's
100%.
it.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, instead of him being Dana Carvey as these people, he is Pistachio as these people.
And Pistachio
So
is.
Dana Carvey as Pistachio as all these people.
Yeah.
I guess it's genius or whatever.
So we usually talk about with action movies, like you can just plug Jason Statham into this role. You know who I think that you could plug into this role? Like, I think Steve Martin with this. I think Steve Martin could make this enjoyable.
I could see that. I could see that. Only because I don't know who else I would put there.
Yeah.
Steve Martin. Will Ferrell could do this and make it funny.
Will Ferrell definitely could. But
Will Ferrell could definitely make this funny, but not Dana Carvey.
You know what I think would be worse? If they did a reboot and instead of Dana Carvey, it's just James Corden.
It would be just as bad.
It would be worse. It would be so much.
It'd just be just as bad. That's the only thing that could unseat the Master of Disguise is the Master of Disguise.
With James Corden.
With James Corden. Yeah.
Oh, if hell is real, and if hell is like what some people believe, it's just like a loop of your worst nightmare. It would be this movie with James Corden, just being inside of it and having to watch this every day.
It would be 2 televisions next to each other, one playing this version and the other playing the James Corden version.
And you've got one earphone that's playing the other one, and the other one
at the same exact time, so it just drives you nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, she could be a good wife for you.
Just a little homophobia and another ass joke. Like,
I guess I didn't understand that joke until just now, but even now I don't necessarily understand. It's like, was that a homely looking woman they were making the joke? But it was an ass. Was a woman.
The ass was big. It's all about the ass. The ass
got
was,
it.
So they're like, oh yeah, that's a spicy meatball, and then it turned out to be just some dude.
It's okay if you like posteriors, but maybe don't write it in the movie for a bunch of people who could like a bunch of stuff.
Like, we get a Dana Carvey, you're an ass guy.
Right. Yeah. My wife's here. Come on, man.
This is the worst fucking scene.
He crushes her soul.
Yeah, he crushes our soul too.
Measurements?
Yeah.
What for?
It's for a uniform.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Can we stop though real quick? Just so,
Yeah.
because we're about to go into it. I'm not trying to say anything, but like, this is an Illuminati movie, I believe. Well, I am trying to say something. This is an Illuminati movie, I believe, and I think this scene mimics like a casting couch type of vibe. That's what I was getting from this scene, and it was really uncomfortable. But you can play it now. Maybe people can not unsee it.
What do you mean by like this is an Illuminati? Like, what is the Illuminati's purpose in making this movie? I guess I would like to know.
I don't know, but every single thing is like the Illuminati symbol.
I think it's like an old order. I don't know.
Isn't that their symbol? Maybe it's not the proper group I'm attributing that symbol to, but
I don't think.
But it's not a Freemason symbol, and it's not.
I think it's just like something like that.
I think if we Google the Illuminati symbol and then we look at the one that's spinning around, we would find that it's the same.
Okay.
I know the Illuminati symbol when I see it.
Would you like it if this were bigger like this? Would that be more fun?
Yeah, probably, because then people could see a lot more of the movie, kind of like we're watching along.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they watch for us or do they watch for the movie?
I don't know. Let us know. Let us know what you would like. Yeah. I still like. I know that technically people watch this, but until they've said that they watch it publicly, I'm just assuming we're doing this for our family. So this website is called Symbolism and the Master of Disguise, and it is from the Grand Lodge of British Columbia and Yukon, which, if we scroll down here to the bottom, is a Freemason website. So this is what the symbol looks like. Right. Many centuries ago, a remarkable family game, blah, blah, blah. Unremarked in this disguisery family crest is an eye and a triangle seen here in a medallion. So I don't know what they're trying to say here, but so we have this, and then here is the Illuminati. So we have Illuminati.
Yeah, dude, that's looking real Illuminati.
Yeah. So I think it's
Illuminati.
But there's also all these weird symbols. I'm not sure what is going on with this, but I'd be down to believe that this had some Illuminati stuff. I guess my question would be,
what's the purpose of them making the movie?
What is the purpose of them making? And so,
I don't think there's a purpose of them making the movie. I think that's either a joke that they're using or like maybe I don't know. Like, it just seems odd. Like, the movie seems odd. The same way that the Kevin James getting came on by ice cream cones seemed odd. Like, all of these things seem like humiliation rituals, except instead of like a moment where you get came on by ice cream cone, this dude had to do an entire movie. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think that that's necessarily true, but
yeah.
Explain to me how else this gets greenlit. Who puts money behind this?
So the eye is the eye of providence, and we're learning about this all as we go, or the all-seeing eye. A symbol often enclosed with the triangle. A well-known symbol of the eye of providence appears on the reverse of the Great Seal. So it's been used in currency, Freemasonry. Today, the Eye of Providence is often associated with Freemasonry, first appearing as the standard Freemason iconography. In this, the eye represents the all-seeing eye of God, serves as a reminder that humanity's thoughts and deeds are always observed by God. Popular among conspiracy theorists is the claim that the Eye of Providence, shown atop an unfinished pyramid on the Great Seal of the United States, indicates the influence of Freemasonry in founding of the United States. However, Masonic use of the eye dates back to 14 years after the creation of the Great Seal. So interesting history.
We just became the Joe Rogan podcast.
All I'm saying
aliens, dude, aliens. We're gonna be like the last people before the aliens come. What an honor it is to be the last people.
Yeah, if the Illuminati,
he's crazy.
It is. What a polarized. I don't know. So Joe Rogan, polarizing figure.
Yes.
But so if this were the Illuminati or the Freemasons, or I think this is them just being like, look, we could just take a shit in a bag and shake it up and these fuckers will eat it and they'll love it. I think that's what they're doing with this movie. They're like, we can make the worst thing fucking possible. And these dudes are gonna someday review it on their podcast.
Yeah, and they probably foresaw us doing that and everything. Like somehow, I don't know. The all-seeing eye.
I think this might
Is
be
this
our
our
fault.
fault?
I think somehow is our destiny for this
To
movie.
review this shit.
Yeah. So I apologize to everybody, but this scene is just fucking.
It's a casting couch scene. It just doesn't have any naughty parts.
Yeah. It's also a scene that's very like indicative that this was written by men, and they're just kind of somewhat fulfilling their fantasies by doing this.
You said
Oh.
34?
They're asking about
24, 34?
Her measurements.
yeah.
You said 34?
A little bottom.
So they're immediately they're like, you have a tiny bottom. Like that's a funny joke to them, just because they love big ass so much. That if you have a small ass, you're less of a person.
I would just objectively because of watching the movie.
Yeah.
If that is truly what this man seeks, he needs to broaden his horizons a little bit.
Yeah.
Like expand the search.
Mhm.
You know, he's got a little like small little radius, like maybe take it out 50 miles. You know, like really get out there and see what's going on in the south of Italy, because some of those people near the beach look a little different. You know, what he might be used to, what he's seeing around the
Yeah. It's like the guy that just Googles boobs. Like,
right.
Yeah. That's what this yep. But he's proud of it.
You got a problem with the word the master or the word the disguise?
Or the word of.
So they're fucking calling her stupid because they said something ridiculous, and she was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Right.
This cat has claws.
Now they're being sexist because she reacts in a negative way, and she's a bitch or she's a feisty person. They're really knocking them all out in one scene.
Me like it.
Yeah.
Me like it too.
But hear me true. Assistants commonly fall in love with their disguising masters. Can you resist, Pistachio?
Yes. Can you resist me?
Oh, I want to like. Let's say you came across this pistachio in an alley, and you were in a different country with no extradition treaty, and you had a plane that you're about to catch, and basically, like the purge was also happening at the same time.
I'm not about to do shit to this dude if they have no extradition treaty, because if I go to jail, nobody's coming to get my ass. Like, absolutely not.
So
if you promise me I'm not going to jail, though, I'll whoop his ass.
that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I was.
Okay.
Trying to say,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
You could. Nobody's looking.
Got it. Yeah. No. Yeah. He's getting the trabajo for sure.
Yeah.
Like, but no, if it's no extradition treaty, I watched Brittany Griner. Now they did that shit to her over drugs. Could you imagine if you actually got into a bar fight, or an alley fight rather, with somebody? That's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
They never seen sunlight again.
Locked up. I fucking loved this as a kid. Like quote,
He looks like this is believable.
Yeah. So I don't even know why I'm explaining this, but they found a cigar of of the person that kidnapped his family, and it takes them back to the Turtle Club. So his immediate reaction is this.
They don't sound like that.
No. Showtime coming. A name is just fine. Thank you very much.
So if you watch this movie growing up and you like this movie, you have fucking done that so many times. Turtle. Like, have you ever
cousin? My cousin watched this movie and he would say this. All the time. I'm gonna be honest, man. Most of the movies that we watch are movies that he watched. So sometimes I just try to remember things that he watched.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now
Yeah.
I try to use Wikipedia to make that easier, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Before it was fun to do that, but
Hey,
yeah, he
Travis,
did the
what's your
turtle thing. He
before-
did the
Yeah.
the funniest part in the world. It's a true story. It's a true story. I don't know if you're gonna cut this out or not. I'm gonna say he was over 18. So like he did this, this is what you're doing, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
To my mother. My mother sent this boy to the moon. Like, I mean, like, honest to God, I've never heard something so loud that did not involve right. I've never seen it, and I'll never see it again. And wow,
Yeah.
that was the day that I knew that you will know that I am the Lord when I strike mighty vengeance upon thee. Like,
Yeah, I love that. For some reason,
Yeah.
like I don't even know why I did this, but there was like a trip that you and my mom were on to Myrtle Beach. And for some reason, I thought it would be the funniest thing to make pig noises when she ate throughout the day. Like, just what an awful, terrible thing to do. I don't know why I did it. I feel bad about it every time I think about it. It's like 7:00. She's like eating something on the way to the hotel. And I do it. And she just looks at me and just smacks the shit out of me. And yeah.
And you deserved it.
I deserved it. I
Absolutely.
feel really bad about it.
But what's weird is, like, if you had added a cell phone, like back in the, like how it is now, back then, it would have probably not gotten you smacked. It probably would have gotten like a ha ha, or like put the phone away, or like whatever.
Yeah.
Because people will just instinctively think that you're doing it for some kind of social media thing.
Yeah, no, I was just doing it to be a little piece of shit. Yeah.
Right. People don't understand that. They think that like this shit just started. And I'm like, no, we've been assholes. Like, you just, now you can see it.
Yeah.
Like,
We were doing it for an audience of one, and that person was us. Like,
and that was enough.
yeah.
That was absolutely enough. And then if we had like a family member there, or like not our friends, not our little friends. My friends were never big, by the way. My friends were always little, my little friends. But the family member would be there. Then you had like an audience, and then you get in the most trouble you ever could, because you're trying to, what did she say? Trying to show your ass, trying to show out, and all this other stuff. And oh yeah, those were the days. Those are some good days.
Oh yeah.
Not from my behind, but those are some good days.
One time I did something. I didn't get a lot of spankings, but when I did, they were well deserved. And my mom was like, "All right, go wait for your dad to get home, and then you're gonna get a spanking." So my dumb ass, I had to have been like 5.
That's dramatic.
Yeah, put every pair of underwear I had on.
Yeah.
And like the circulation was leaving my body, and my dad spanked me. But me, I have another story just to show what kind of kid. Like, I needed people to know what I did. So my mom was like tucking me in, and I was like, "Hey mom, do you think it's okay if I take off all these pairs of underwear?" And she's like, "What?" Yeah, I put on every pair of underwear that I have because I didn't want to get spanked, and then I had to get respanked. So that, like, and then another time, like I always have, like, I want people to know. I don't know. I've always had that, like, I'm not gonna.
I got away with one.
Yeah, I could
got
never.
away.
Yeah, so one time we went to this place. It's called Robinson Salvage in Alabama, and I stole a harmonica. I just had it, and I was like, "Okay, we're good." But some part of me was like, "Nah, play that shit right now." In the car on the way home, my brain's like, "Play that fucking harmonica right now."
It's Kermit. It's the Kermit meme. With Kermit and the Darth Vader. Like,
Yeah. And so I did it. And my parents were like, well, where did you get that harmonica? And so they found out, and we had to drive back, and I had to apologize and probably write Bible verses later as punishment. But
See, I will say this though. That last part, like the other part's hilarious. The last part, I have heard that from people that they had to like write Bible verse or something as a form of punishment. And I'm like, no wonder like they get older and just like hate everything about the church and don't read the Bible ever. Like, oh shit. Like they think it's a source of like punishment.
We could do a whole podcast about that if you would like one day. The boys get religious trauma.
The boys go to church.
Would love that.
The boys take it to church.
Let's do it. But let's get back to this movie. Like, this movie is so bad. Like, literally, like, I would rather talk about childhood trauma than.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Turtles don't sound like this.
Where did his fucking nose go? What the fuck is this? What is this movie? Do they have magical powers? Why is he putting on wigs and costumes when he could just magically turn into this? Like, what is, I don't know. So it's clear that there's like some magic to what's going on here, but everything that they do is just costumes and accents.
I mean, his nose is, they're just using the budget for CGI shit at this point. It's like, hey, throw this scene in there.
Okay. Good night, my love cake.
Love cake?
What?
You said love cake.
But why would I call you love cake? Your hindquarters are
She acted her ass off in this movie.
hideously scrawny.
He insults her ass again. Like,
yeah. I mean, also they work together now technically, so like, you shouldn't be saying that shit at all. She could sue and get way more than the $412 a week that they're promising.
Oh yeah, they paid her like $21,000 in salary, like because they break it like $21,000 a year, which is fucking trash.
So it was $412 a week. Like I already know about it. Like I was just sitting there remarking at like, how can you possibly take that small of a amount of money with a child? I don't know. And Katie said she might be on EBT, and I laughed because it's true. It's actually true. Maybe somebody wrote that for a character and we didn't know.
Yeah. So the year I'm going to do is 2003 when this movie came out, and we'll see what that actually equates to in modern money. So $21,000 in today's money is around 34. So I mean, still,
she's getting teacher salary.
Yeah, she's getting paid a teacher salary, and she's getting dental, no health insurance. At least they take care of teachers when it comes to insurance for the most part.
Yeah, teachers. Teachers may have to like apply for subsidized housing in EBT, but at least they have
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah. Accepted in most major outlets.
Thanks for the Liberty Bell, guys. I'll bring it right back. Oh, and remember, that's
these celebrities are random as fuck.
Not a doll.
Yeah, they didn't have anything in common.
Sure thing, Governor Ventura. Thanks a lot.
So this is Governor Jesse Ventura. If you're a wrestling fan, Jesse the Body Ventura. He was governor of Minnesota. What's that?
Yeah.
And
well, no, I always get him confused with he's from Minnesota and Arnold Schwarzenegger was for California. I always get them mixed up and think that Arnold was from Minnesota and that Jesse was for California. I honestly do.
Yeah. He was a Navy.
Jesse Ventura would be the perfect disguise to abscond.
This dude, did you ever watch Star Trek?
No, my dad did, and now his face is looking familiar. He was
like a robot guy.
I was gonna say he had the wild ass makeup.
Yep. So
on with the Liberty Bell.
And now he's farting.
Yeah.
Serious
How the mighty have fallen.
Three,
I don't understand. Like, they don't explain why he has this condition.
Yeah. He
They
clearly,
just-
like, every time he laughs, he farts. Like, there's a wire crossed somewhere. But yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to kill something.
Classmates.com thing. Oh, to become the world's greatest black marketeer and possess the rarest treasures on Earth, then store them in a secret underground lair.
So it just kind of takes me back.
Classmates.com.
Yeah, classmates.com. So far, this movie has referenced Ask Jeeves and classmates.com. Like, they're like, we want people to know exactly what year this movie came out.
Oh yeah, they're like, this will age well for sure.
Where?
I which one did you hate the most? Which disguise?
Oh, a phony Montana.
This one's up there for me.
You're a tall drink of water, and I just love moisture. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gammy. Gammy Num Num.
Devlin Bowman.
Don't be ashamed of your feelings. Your desires are perfectly normal, I assure you.
What desires?
Well, guess what, Backstreet Boy? This is one Girl Scout that isn't content to be the Malcolm in your middle.
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, Grandma. What was that?
Look at this. It's just Grandma. What the fuck was that? If you can tell me what that was, I'll take back what I said. What was that? You don't know. I don't know either. Now I'm gonna go talk to the people. I don't know what it was. I don't know what this movie was. I've been watching aimlessly. I think this is around the time where I said there are 30 minutes left in this movie.
Yeah.
Or it might have been the 40-minute note. I can't remember where we are in this movie because it's all. I don't remember the order of the skits.
No, like
I wish I did.
I haven't even tried to explain the plot. Like there's no point. You're on
There was a plot.
Yeah, like
There was. When?
I'm not
miss it. Did I not understand this movie?
Evidently not.
Look what the cuteness found on page 52. The scary monsters say, from time to time, assistants to level 1.5 apprentice masters of disguise may be required to date weird old guys.
That's why I don't think this is a kid's movie. Like, it's too sexual. It's a horny movie.
I think that the way that the way that they worded that may that you could get away with that.
Yeah.
Like some of the shit they were getting away with according to Quiet on the Set, like that you can get away with those. I haven't seen anything that's made me go, oh, God, whoa.
Yeah.
But
this is just a horny sorry.
Yeah.
I can't believe your grandmother has heard me say horny like 5 times now.
It doesn't matter. Look, let me tell you, she's listening to this most likely before bed. She's already asleep. Like the only movies that it's movies she's seen. She's never seen this. She's not gonna want to see this. I'm not gonna sell it to her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put her. She's been through enough.
Yeah.
She's been through enough. She's a survivor. I'm not gonna put her through another struggle.
Well,
Won't do it.
you have it.
Little winner.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah.
That's the only part of him that I included, but there's a lot more of that.
And when he speaks to Star Trek, man, it just seemed like because he reminded me of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And so I was writing down phony Stark and
phony
Montana. Like, and I just thought that was great. And they maybe if Spaceballs is a movie that's kind of like this. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take itself seriously, and it's not as discombobulated as this.
Yeah.
But they could have did some shit like that by doing stuff like phony Stark, which I guess hadn't happened by that time.
Yeah.
But phony Montana at least, or some shit like that, and like put a solid character that way he can like, so that always is coming back. So like how Eddie Murphy will play every member of the Clumps.
Yeah.
Like he could just play a character that came back, kind of like how Stewie Griffin does in Family Guy, or not Stewie Griffin, Roger in American Dad, like something like that. Then I could get down with this, but you just having to switch up the flow every time in a quest to find your dad, my man, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And there's,
of course, my grandma's asleep. Of course, she's asleep.
Dark-haired guy run by, Chief. Dark-haired guy go in the water. Shark in the water.
So now he's doing the fucking Jaws guy. What if they were just like, Dana, tell me every impersonation you could do? And he was like, told them all of them, like, okay. And they had to use every single thing that he's possibly able to do. Because like he's like, how are we gonna fit Shrek into this?
We'll bring a kid. He'll ask you a question.
That's what
this accent right here, though, it reminds me of the girl's accent from Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah, it's just fucking really weird and place. Yeah, this movie makes a lot more sense if you think that they're just like, oh, what are we gonna do? Well, we have to get the Jaws accent in here, and that's how they wrote the movie. It makes a little bit more sense if you think about it like that.
Well, let it do, my wee Spanish ladies.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a him right.
What?
He's good. Hello, right?
And
I like this one.
Yeah, there was one before this where he plays like a little Dutch boy for some reason.
Terry Suave's the name. London, Scotland Yard, that sort of thing.
What do you want?
It's not what I want that matters. It's what the British government wants. And that's a Miss Jennifer Baker at her service. In regards to Operation Minty Hippo.
Minty Hippo? What is that?
Well, I could tell you, but if you're a ding-dong, ding-a-ding-a-ding-wad, hut one, hut two, I need a Charleston chew.
Like, it just always goes further than it should or longer than it should. Every single thing in this movie. Like, you are so sad. Like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, is his camera frozen? But no, you're just contemplating.
I'm just sad.
Yeah.
I'm just like this, and I was watching the movie like that.
Yeah. I 100%.
Like, I looked at my wife and said, I'm going to turn this off as a form of mercy, not like anger. It was just, help me, please help me. Turn this off. Turn the power off.
Thanks for letting me borrow the Apollo Lunar module for my tour, you guys.
No problem, Miss Simpson. Thanks for the CDs.
I hope you like them.
So they have brunette Jessica Simpson here. Like,
yeah,
the least memorable.
This is Nick. Is this Nick Lachey Jessica Simpson or Tony Romo Jessica Simpson?
This is definitely
Nick Lachey.
Yeah.
Yeah. The OG. The OG Jessica Simpson.
And I'm not even gonna because it doesn't make sense. Why are they gonna give Jessica Simpson the fucking lunar missile? Like, it doesn't make sense. But it also, like, we know it doesn't make sense, and by bringing it up, like, it's almost like we're thinking too hard about this. It's just bad.
Yeah.
Truly insane. Am I?
I'm not gonna lie. Me in this moment, in my current state of presence of mind, that one almost got me just now.
Like, you, what do you mean?
It almost like made me laugh just now for a second.
His fart?
Yeah.
There's no shame. Look, listen. I hope that I'm not giving that impression.
Yeah. No.
Most of my times in the principal's office came from me uncontrollably laughing because someone had farted. Like, not being able to stop. Like I understand wanting to laugh at a fart. All I'm just saying is the fourth time it isn't funny. So I get what you're saying, that like it's like the first time you hear it.
They've beaten me down like so much that like
it just if I hear it in a movie, I'm just like, okay, this is a kid's movie. And I probably should have thought about that. I probably should have immediately been like, what is this rated? And then just like adjusted my notes accordingly instead of savaging a kid's movie.
My tiny butter bottom. I mean, Jennifer.
You said tiny butter bottom.
Acting
Did I?
her
The
ass
future
off.
mother of my babies? I mean, Jennifer.
You said future mother of my babies.
Did I? Fat cat mama with the red dress on? I mean...
You said...
I know. I don't know why I said that. It just was the emotion.
Anytime when a guy like this gets the kiss, like a Paul Blart, in Malibu's Most Wanted, when he gets the kiss, it's fucking like, it's defeating.
Yeah. See when we were talking about Paul Blart, and I was like, in my nose, like if he gets a kiss from this woman, like I'm turning this shit off. Like if there's one romantic moment between these two, I'm turning this off.
Yeah. It's almost like non-consensual in my brain. Like I feel I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
By writing
but
this.
I found out that I'm full of shit. I won't actually turn it off. I will just hate the movie.
You'll
and not understand it. But I'll still continue to watch it if it's at the end. So like if they would have put it at the end, I wouldn't have actually turned it off, like I said, because they kiss.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is
some horse shit. Yeah. Sorry, Grandma.
This is a disrespect of my time.
Of women everywhere. Like this is just bad on so many levels.
It's not that this doesn't happen. Like it's not that like really, really good looking women don't end up with schmucks. I mean, my wife is really good looking. I'm a total schmuck. But like it's just that if you're genuinely unlikable character,
100%,
and it's just hard to write that arc for you.
So we've done 4 movies in a row where I think like the protagonist or one of the, maybe not Soul Plane, but Paul Blart, Exit Wounds for sure, like Malibu's Most Wanted, like these protagonists and now him, like they're not good people. We don't like them, and yet these movies are being made, and I think we just need to go to Congress and like
instead of fucking around with daylight savings time, can you stop this shit, please? Like stop letting just anything be made. Can we start like, instead of passing bills, can we also open the floor up to votes on if this can pass? Like, because we need someone to read this.
Okay, we'll give you TikTok if you take away Dana Carvey's permission to ever create again.
Yes, I'm willing to trade. I'm willing to trade. Just Kevin James, no more movie writing. See, like he looks crazy right now.
Yeah.
Like these eyes are like I'm just, these eyes are literally Hitler's wet dream. Like fucking blue ass eyes, dude. Like he's blonde haired away from being like the one.
I didn't know where you were going at first with that. And I was a little worried when you said Hitler, but I'm gonna give it to you. You brought it around. You brought it home. And let's watch this.
Fabrizio's head. Then tomorrow, I'm going to push him over a cliff. Everyone will think I'm dead. It's called The Perfect Crime.
It's just so
Never
bad.
heard of it?
Kevin Nealon looks as confused as I am.
Yeah, he's like, how the fuck did I get here?
Like, what the fuck am I watching?
I did this clip because I was like, another fucking dead dog. But the dog didn't die. I was like, of course. what reason do we have it here for this dog? Because the dog licks the pie to wake him up, to let him know that he needs to get out of the pie. That the ghost, like, the fact that I'm saying these words, it makes me mad. But yeah,
I want a, like, we have a Parker Posey Award. We need an award for when dogs die or animals die in general. Like, we need an award.
The old Yeller. I don't know.
The Kevin Hart Memorial Award. Like,
yeah.
That sounds like he died though. Like, it's Kevin Hart's dog Memorial Award. That part. Like, what? I was sitting that, like, listen, I finished this movie. I watch all the movies like early in the morning, like while Katie's asleep. And she woke up and we're having coffee and I'm in the middle of this and we're at this part. The look she gave me was just like, I don't know if she was disappointed in me or you or both of us. But like, she just shook her head.
Yeah.
And just like pulled her phone so close to her face, like in a like
yeah, it's like
she's done.
It's like, I imagine like when you're married to a competitive eater and you come home and he's just like sitting at a table alone, just housing hot dogs. And you're just like, who the fuck did I marry? Like,
right?
How did we get here?
Yeah.
So sorry, Katie.
What do I encourage?
Oh, by the way, Steve, your wife called?
Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir.
Sure. You're not married!
Pistachio?
Where did the glasses come from?
What, did he have glasses under the mask?
He put them on over his head.
Yeah.
The cat in his hand, I guess. I don't know. Whip those things out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm not going to explain anymore.
I'll have him kill you!
9 farts.
Like, he ripped off a season high right
Mr.
there.
President? Folks around here call me W. You can call me King George.
This was like 2 years into his first
And that was a joke, son.
Would you mind if we had a picture together?
I'll take your time. Now I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
Say,
it's an honor.
Who's your daddy?
Sir?
This is
This is
before
what
we
you're doing.
knew he was an idiot.
That's what I want you to do.
We just
Any questions?
assumed.
You!
Yes, it is me, the master of disguise.
Is that
No, that was 9. That was 9. Because
Okay.
he had the 4 he ripped off, and that was 8. Because we were at 4, and then that was the 9.
So he had the OG fart, he had Jesse Ventura, the Sprint guy, and Jessica Simpson. Okay, yep, you're right.
He farted in all of them, like every car scene.
So that's the.
This was a hard one.
Yeah. So.
This was a 1% movie.
Yeah, 1%. So we're recording a lot of these like at once, so that when my son has surgery, we have enough content to go around. So I've been like cramming these movies, and I'm sure you're doing the same thing, into whatever time I can find. So like,
right,
like I think it was the night before, I was like, I got to go to bed. And then I was like, no, I have to watch The Master of Disguise. So like, this movie is literally keeping us away from things that we love. Like,
yeah.
And I think that made me hate it just so more, like having to watch this instead of like playing with my son or like doing something I enjoy or like hanging out with my wife. I'm watching this movie.
It doesn't even have to be like heartwarming, dude. Just like instead of fucking breathing or staring at a wall, like I'd rather stare at a wall. Let's watch paint dry. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Let's watch paint dry together. And let's do it without watching this movie.
So I hope my statement earlier that everybody who made this movie had a very itchy, stinky asshole. And I think if they had Lux Bidet, this wouldn't have been a problem. Yeah.
Stand on that statement. Stand on business with that statement.
I don't really have much more to say about this movie, except for I'm glad that we never have to watch it again.
Yeah, this honestly, when fantasy comes around, this should be a punishment.
Yeah.
Like if you lose fantasy, you have to sit through this movie. From start to finish.
Over. Yeah.
And you have to live stream you doing it so we know you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's a punish. That's shitty.
Yeah.
Because it could be one of us that lose.
Yeah.
Gotta watch it again.
I don't think I could do this, man. I don't think I could do this again. So next movie.
We are gonna go with the 2006 stoner comedy, Grandma's Boy.
You got skills.
If you think video games fry your mind,
Game over.
and make you stupid,
Your bed is a car.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, but it's a sweet car.
you're lost.
What is that ringing? Do I have a tumor?
Now, for this ultimate gamer,
Who wants a shot at the champ? It's going down.
desperate times,
Josh has been spending our rent money on Filipino hookers.
You're a hooker.
I got evicted.
Timmy, any chance I can crash on your couch tonight?
Shut up.
call for desperate measures.
This really cute chick said that I could sleep with her and her two crazy girlfriends.
You remember my grandson, Alex?
How old are you now? 36.
You have a girlfriend?
No.
My grandson's gay, too. I'll give you his number.
Why are you so tired?
Because I was with 3 chicks last night. Don't tell me your roommates did that to you. They're crazy. They tied me up.
That's legendary.
Looking for Alex?
We're his roommates.
You're the reason Alex has been tired all week?
We ride him pretty hard.
Oh, that is so gnarly.
This January,
I was putting up my Christmas tree.
Dude, it's July. And, why are you naked?
Oh my God. I am naked. Come on in.
from 20th Century Fox, comes a comedy that proves
Don't judge me, monkey.
you're never too old
This tea has quite a kick on it.
to come of age.
I can hear my hair growing.
Hey, Sophie didn't die in the bed, did you?
No.
Good.
She fell out of bed and died right here.
Grandma's Boy.
Oh, died on the floor, and nobody helped me.
I swear to God, I would have helped you, Sophie. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I would have helped you. I just wasn't here.
Gotcha!
Oh my God!
You scaredy cat.
Another day, just another day.
We deserve better than Dana Carvey, and damn it, I'm gonna give it to you.
I appreciate that. And I feel like this is just a movie. While it happens, I think we're both probably going to agree that it's a good movie. It's one of the ones that like gets a bad rap. We're here to kind of like prove it. But I think we're going to find out that this movie might just exist so that Adam Sandler's friends can pay their rent.
That could be true, but if I remember it, it's actually pretty funny.
Oh, I think
But-
I think it's good. But like there's a reason that some of these people are only in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah. No, well, they're all just like on the T, right? I mean, the main character is in everything that he does. They're all Adam Sandler, big Adam Sandler guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Adam Sandler, a lot of his movies qualify for what we're doing around here. So, it's not my fault.
We might be doing another one sooner. Actually, is he in this at all?
Adam Sandler, no.
Okay, he just produced it or whatever. His Happy Madison. I have a feeling that we might be getting Adam Sandler sooner than later. But
damn
it. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week with Grandma's Boy. All those grandmas are probably dead, right? Like,
No, I think Doris Roberts still getting it done.
I don't think so.
No,
I'm pretty sure she's dead.
the other two are actually I looked them up. They're actually like award-winning actresses.
Oh,
they just found themselves in a stoner comedy, like two like absolute like whatever the highest form of SAG-AFTRA award that you can get. Like, they've won these things.
And
So-
here they are now. So
There they are, just laughing on the couch. Just there's three hens chuckling it up.
yeah. Well, I love it. I'm ready for it. We definitely need it after this week, and we're sorry. We're sorry.
R.I.P. Doris Roberts.
Rest in peace. Rest in power. This has been the Bidet Boys, and we'll see you next week with Grandma's Boy.
Save the purple crayon for Daddy.
Close and hold.